The Gina and Matty podcast.
Let's change gears now, though. We've got a very special guest online. It's been making news in the last couple of weeks, the age restrictions around social media. Now, a good mate of mine and radio broadcaster Michael Wipfli has gone on a bit of a rampage, which I'm loving. It's called 36 months. He wants to increase the age restriction of kids getting on to social media from 13 to 16, hence the 36 months. And he joins us on the line this morning. Morning, Whip.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, working overtime on some important things here. And Maddie, I want to thank you too, because the minute it was last week when I said, hey guys, here's an initiative we're launching, you were straight onto it.
No, it's my pleasure, mate. Well, I remember, I think we're going through this parenting journey together at almost identical times. Your wife, Lisa, was in labour a couple of rooms down from where Bella was giving birth when we were having our first children. So we are right in this at the exact same time together.
I know, and I think the other thing is too, we realise how quickly time goes, and they've gone from babies to what is Ted is now 9, and 13 is roughly, although there's no real age gate on a lot of social media, 13 is roughly what they've drawn up as the legal age to join social media. So that is kind of the battle we're looking at here. Ted's already asking about Snapchat and how it works, and Well,
one of Billy's besties just got a smartphone for her 10th birthday, Whip, and so we are going to be facing that battle of, well, so and so has it. Why can't we? Why can't we? And that's where I think if there is a blanket ban, that is something that parents can use as sort of like a guideline. And like, well, sure, that's what so and so's parents do, but the law is this.
Mm-hmm. Well, you guys are really the first generation as parents. I almost skipped it because my son, Wippa, is Jackie and he's 21, and iPhones really only came out round about when he was 6, but kids weren't as obsessed with social media when he was growing up. It was coming. He was more Xbox and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
You guys are the first generation of parents to have to put a stop to this because there's no rules around it, and it's so difficult.
Yeah, Gina, the statistics are so alarming. And I think now, why is everybody talking about this now? It's because we have this big data set. We have the stats, we have the graphs that show the impact. And you look at the concerning graphs around the psychological damage, especially to young teenage girls with anxiety and depression. It's just extraordinarily sharp. So young teenage girls on social media, the graph goes straight up. With guys, it's a little bit slower, but the devastating end and the result of it is extremely confronting to where some people find themselves after too long on social media. The other thing is, too, to see the impact of what a year on social media can do and how that carries through to the following year and what that does to you is also highly impactful.
Who are some of the people that you've got on board trying to push this 36 months forward, Whip?
Well, we've got a great team, and the co-founder, Rob Galuzzo, he's from Finch, which is a production company. So I kind of went to Rob and said, hey, we've got this problem. I've got a platform here on radio, and I know there's a good team like Matty and Gina who can support. So we then thought, he can do the marketing really, and put all the branding together. And then we thought, who's got the most kids in New South Wales? And that was Dominic Perrottet. Loves to breed, can breed and won't stop. Yeah. He's got 7 kids.
He's going for the cricket team.
Oh, my God. He's mad for it. So we rang Dom and said, I know you're a backbencher. You haven't got too much on. Can you make some introductions? So he's very kindly done a lot of introductions regarding how this would possibly work. And the government's been supporting sort of that test with a 2-factor verification. And at the same time, he's spoken to Albo, who was on the show the other day, saying that he fully backs this. He recognises the significance of it. And I think Peter Dutton also, if you consider the fact that he probably sits behind as the underdog leading into an election, imagine if he was to say, I will make this policy and I will make this an election promise. He would win the vote of every parent. If you were to lift this age, and we talk about 36 months and we want everybody to go and sign the petition, 36months.com.au, that time frame between 13 and 16 is what we want to hand back. And what we're also excited about is the idea of going, well, 36 months that we're giving it back to families to reconnect. What else can we do with that time? What education can we build into those 36 months? There's an opportunity there.
Wippa, I'm all on board with this. I 100% support it completely. But there is a section of the community that go, we don't need more rules. We don't need regulations. Don't tell us what we can and can't do. It's up to individuals. What do you say to them, Whip?
Well, there is a lot of that, and it's a lot to do with parents, and a lot of people saying, well, the parents should be in charge of what their kids are doing. But like you said, Gina, it's exactly right. The parents feel powerless because they don't want to create social isolation for their kid who's in the playground saying, well, I'm not on it, so I can't hang around with those kids anymore. So they don't want to feel left out, and mum and dad are doing the best they can to be a parent, but unfortunately the influence on their kids is coming from some smart algorithm that's created by insecurities that's caught kids' attention on social media. So nobody wins in this situation. And wouldn't it be a beautiful world if we were able to sit back as a parent and go, robbing a bank is illegal, stealing a car is illegal, being on social media before you're 16 is also illegal. So no, we don't do that.
Yeah, 100%. And look, my thing is, like, when Billy started doing sleepovers, I don't know where Ted's at, but she started doing sleepovers, and my thing is, like, who's there? Who's going to be there? Who's in charge? Where are you going? What are you doing? What's the sort of itinerary for your sleepover? Yeah. But in the case of giving, a smartphone to a 9-year-old, you're just going, oh, here you go. There's the world. There's anything which you find horrible stuff. And this is going to be confronting, but you're going to find beheading videos. You're going to find hardcore pornography. You're going to find bullying. You're going to find ways that, you should be looking like this. This whole world is just in the palm of their hand, and we're okay with that.
Do you know, there's a couple of points that I've heard recently. One is that we'll look back and go, did we really do that to our kids? The other one is if we took away the fact that this is just a product and we were able to say, hey, there's a shampoo that you can use. Every second person will experience anxiety or depression, and in some cases will result in death. That product wouldn't sit on the shelf for 2 seconds. Yeah. And the other one is too, imagine inviting a stranger into your house to show your kid whatever they chose to show. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, not
you
at all.
simply wouldn't do it. So I know there's an opportunity here, guys, and talking to you means a hell of a lot because you're really doing what I'm doing. You're standing up and saying, we need to have a conversation, we need to get something done here.
So if someone's listening at the moment, Whip, and they want to get involved, they want to help out, what's their best way of doing that?
A couple of things we'd love you to do. Go to 36months.com.au and sign the petition. But then, just to showcase social media and how powerful it is, go to my Instagram and grab some of the details and share it on your platform as well. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Wippa, we can't thank you enough as parents for what you're doing and the stand you're making, and also just giving up some time for chatting to Gina and I this morning, buddy. It's good to hear your voice.
Gina, Matty, thank you so much.
Thanks, Wippa.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.